Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Brothers Take podcast, a podcast where nerdy brothers get together each and every week, primarily to talk gaming. And in this week's episode, we're going to be doing just that. My name is Chris. I'm joined by my brother Eric.
Hello.
And in this week's episode, we are celebrating Nintendo because Nintendo had their biggest, longest direct last week. And then the next day, which is actually the day of which we are recording, is Mario's 40th anniversary. Super Mario Bros. Have been in gaming for the last 40 years, which is kind of fucking insane, given that whether you have played much of Mario or not, you have definitely played games inspired by, and Mario has absolutely influenced the entire gaming industry. So it's
Mm.
like it's a big one, right? 40 years is a big one. So we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct. We're going to be talking about kind of our history with Nintendo. Basically, we're going to do a full Nintendo themed episode. And the main core of it is going to be myself and Eric sharing our top five Nintendo games. That does not mean games that were made by Nintendo, the company, but it does mean that they are games exclusive to Nintendo consoles. And that could go all the way back, to N64, Game Boy, those kind of days. Or it could be maybe they're all Switch games. People who have maybe listened to us before might know, but if you don't, we grew up in a PlayStation house, right? PlayStation is our kind of primary console. Then we got into Xbox in the 360 era. And in reality, we have dabbled in and out of the world of Nintendo, which is why there's not a lot of Nintendo content on our podcast in general. And we have certainly missed out on quite a lot of Nintendo games. So our top five list is going to be very much this is not going to be about trying to do the definitive Nintendo top five games. We didn't like look up, oh, what does everyone else say? And let's just feed back what everyone else says is the top five. This is going to be very, very subjective, very much our take based on what we like, what we played, our experiences. So you will definitely see games where you're like, there's no fucking way that's the top five. So it's our top five, not the top five. But we want to hear from you guys too. Share your top five and share the top five if you want. What are the best Nintendo games ever made? That's what we want to hear from you guys, especially those of you who are really Nintendo aficionados and you know this shit to your core. Let us know. If you're watching YouTube, make sure you jump down in the comments to share those thoughts. If you enjoyed this episode, please do give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell for future content. And to those who listen to us on audio platforms, you can touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X at The Brothers Take. Again, to give your take on the best Nintendo games of all time, and make sure to share some love of Mario for the 40th anniversary. But without further ado, let's talk Nintendo. Okay, so starting off, I suppose we'll talk about the Nintendo Direct first.
Yes.
And part of that is they started it off with like a big love for 40 years of Mario, which makes a lot of sense. Eric, what did you think of the Direct overall? We actually watched it together, which is the first time we've
Yes.
ever watched a game showcase together.
Which
And
made it.
obviously, yeah, it's a different one because like this one is not necessary. Like again, Nintendo is not our biggest wheelhouse.
Hmm. Actually made it somewhat more enjoyable to watch it together
Mm.
because we were able to react together and see the funny side of it all. Like the if you're a Mario fan, this was probably very good because during the 40-year anniversary, they announced the name of the next movie,
Hey,
remakes of old games, the release of new games, and all that. So I like if you're a Mario fan, obviously that's like a dream come true. Well, not probably not a dream come true, but you be very like, yay, Mario. And then they went on to all their other stuff where again, of course, it's very Nintendo. It's very party friendly.
yeah,
Those are games. And
family
we
friendly.
yes, party friendly, family friendly. That's mainly games, which is not really doesn't really gravitate towards us, but there's enough there to I suppose get them excited, which I always say, which is very good. You have a lot of diversity of games, stuff like the new Metroid
Yeah,
look like a new kind of cool addition, I suppose, to the game. I don't know if they've ever done vehicles. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, we're not really Nintendo fans, so I can't speak for if Metroid ever had vehicles in it. But that looked pretty
Mhm.
cool. And of course, as you stated, and it is always true, every time something shows Final Fantasy VII, we're just like, oh my God, Final
I know
Fantasy VII.
it's so
Even
funny.
though,
Like no matter how many times I see it, if they play the music at all, I get really excited. Even though like I have it,
yes,
I've played it.
mm,
Even the first time, when they had the Switch 2 announcement direct, which was the other big direct this year. Um, and that's when they first announced the remake was coming to the Switch 2, and I was like, I gotta get a Switch 2. Like for a moment, I had monkey brain where I went, well, now I gotta get a Switch 2 so I can play FF7 remake on the go, And then I slow down, slow the fuck down. You have it, you've played it. Slow down. Do not spend over like €500 on a new console just so that you can play remake on the go. Slow the fuck down. But yeah, it does something to me every time I see it.
yeah, I don't believe it because the bombing machine music, yeah,
Yeah, it'll
bombing.
just make you buy stuff.
It's just great.
Just,
'Cause
just put that in every trailer for everything, and you'd be like, actually, if they just ran that music along the entire direct, we'd probably be like, oh, fucking Yoshi looks unreal.
yeah, I'd probably just buy the Switch too, is to get all the games. Um, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that they also now have like the Mortal Kombat Legacy is coming to it, which is like
That was cool.
that's quite that's I can't remember the last time like Nintendo had something quite that violent
Right,
on the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
consoles.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, they
uh,
have a few ports of like, some quite serious games. I suppose Elden Ring
but
and stuff is coming to as well, and
that's true,
you
and I
know,
suppose now they are having, which they it was the second last announcement to their showcase, Resi 9.
yes. Now,
Coming.
I will say though, for me personally, the whole Ori 9 thing, right? Really cool that it's coming to the Switch, and on the same day, 7 and Village are coming as well.
Mm.
So that's really cool for people who are in the, if you're only in the Nintendo, um, what would you call that ecosystem, as they say, right? So you only buy exclusively Nintendo consoles because maybe it's always been what you grew up with. You always get the next Nintendo thing. You're happy enough to wait for other games to come to it, but you mainly get the exclusives. You play Mario, you play Metroid, you play Zelda. Those are your big franchises. Then cool, this is massive news, and you're like, oh, amazing! I get to play like three blockbuster Resident Evils all coming out in the same day. Like I could literally binge through them, right? If you, however, have the other consoles too, either or Xbox or PlayStation or PC even, and you game that way. Like it's clear that this is not going to be the optimum way to play Ori 9 when you look at the footage of the trailer versus then when you watch the trailer online and it's
Mm.
clearly playing from one of the other systems. There's a serious quality drop obviously, which then made me feel like it's like I already said it earlier in the year. When they had the other direct and they announced the Switch 2 and they talked through the features, I was kind of hoping to be more blown away by it to the point where it's like make me want a Switch 2 to where I want to go out and buy it. Because I was
Mm.
really late to the Switch game, right?
Yeah.
I only got the Switch last year, right? So I'm really late to it. There's an awful lot of Switch games I haven't played, which is why like people are going to think my list of top 5 Nintendo games for me is abysmal, right? But I'm not going to have like the heavy hitters. So yeah, like I really wanted this year to be like, oh, Switch 2, like I'm gonna be in on it, and now I'm gonna be in all three ecosystems. It's like the best time to be a gamer because you just want everything. And they still haven't like made me go wow to the Switch 2. And then seeing this on such a lesser quality is like, okay, so even like the new stuff that's coming is still gonna be like lesser than so it still feels like it's like a generation behind.
Yeah, well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
it is a handheld device,
I
so
know, but when you look at like the Steam Deck and stuff, you know?
true. Steam Deck is pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if you're only a Nintendo player,
Yes,
then I suppose,
this is good
yeah,
news.
this is good news
Yeah.
because you definitely are getting way more diversity of games. Because yes, you got your Mario and your new Yoshi game where you have to, I don't know, do something with flowers or some shit. Fucking.
They look great.
Uh,
Look great. They look great.
and then you get your new Metroid, and now you
Yeah.
get the Elden Ring, and you're getting it from Software. If you're a From Software fan and you want all the From Software games,
Hmm.
Duskblood is only on the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So,
Yeah.
and
That's a big flex, actually. That's a big flex.
sorry, and then yeah, so if you only have Nintendo, then that's pretty cool that you are getting them. But yes, if you have the Xbox or PlayStation or PC or whatnot, you're kind of going to get most of those games on those consoles anyway.
The third party ones, yeah.
The third party ones, yeah. Like you're not really gonna, yeah, really gonna get like go. Oh, wait, I better buy a Nintendo Switch 40 for Elden Ring. It's like, but you already have the console or the PC, which
Yeah,
lets you
yeah,
get Elden
yeah.
Ring on that.
It's
Like,
more of a if you only had the
yes.
Switch, it's exciting that those games are now coming to it,
Hmm.
right? Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. Like same with like 7 Remake. Obviously, it's probably not going to be the best way to play it, but it's now a way to play it.
Yeah, so if you were, is that coming to Switch 1 as well? Because some of the games were Switch 2 and Switch
No,
1. No, it's just Switch 2.
Switch
Okay.
2. Yeah,
All right.
Switch 2. I don't think the Switch 1 could run 7 Remake. Maybe I'm wrong, but like some of those cutscenes are just so. I think they would crash the thing. Like I really do. When I try to think of like I remember playing the ports of the Arkham trilogy on
Right.
the Switch, which is mainly what I've used the Switch for is like playing ports of games. So
Mm.
that's why like I don't have huge experience with the Nintendo exclusives. Um, but like Asylum and City ran like pretty good. Like they were
Mm.
pretty great to actually play on the go. And then Night just it's like this thing cannot run Night at all.
Oh, I don't know.
I would have left it out of the honestly I wouldn't have included it in the collection because then when people were reviewing the pack, obviously you have to review all of it. And that's so bad that it drags the whole Arkham. So like the reviews for the Arkham trilogy uh on Switch are not good, but the
Yeah.
first two are actually pretty good, like.
So if they actually had to just put in Origins instead of Night, it probably would have been a pretty.
Yeah, or even like I mean I would like that, yeah, because I love Origins, but even yeah, if they wanted to stick to the whole Rocksteady thing, like even just Asylum and City,
Yeah.
like if it was like, do you remember they did the Return to Arkham
Yeah.
PS4 port and it was just those two games? So basically, if they ported that, but Night just can't run on. Maybe Night could have run on the Switch too, though. I don't know.
Yeah, but probably would look lesser quality.
Oh, still, yeah, because like and people dunk on Arkham Knight all the time, but the that game looks amazing still to this day.
Yeah,
It's
they're
incredible.
well, they're dunking on it just because of how much you have to use the
The Batmobile,
Batmobile,
yeah.
and it's not in the way you kind of want to use the Batmobile, I suppose.
No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, correct.
You want to use the Tim Burton style, the Tim Burton or the animated series Batmobile is what you want. So you want to drive, which is very annoying that you can actually drive around Gotham in that game.
Mm,
Just slight tangent
yeah,
in those vehicles, but then you can't do the tank combat. And it's like, oh well, then that's what? Like I can't. No, what's the point? Like,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, it actually, I think watching it with you and being able to, yeah, being able to laugh and somewhat have some semblance of joy watching.
While my soul left my body. We didn't love. Look. We didn't love. We don't love the way it's presented, and
No, we don't.
yeah, yeah. There's
I
great
think
games here, but it's just like sometimes the way it's presented and like the kind of cheesy presenter voice over it and stuff, which we get. It's like family centric and it's like kind of aimed at like kids and younger gamers too. Um, and to be yeah, like Nintendo is like the family console, right? Like the
yeah.
whole family can play, and that's what's great about it. But sometimes the way it's presented does like it adds an element of cringe. I think that we just like, oh god, this they're kind of dragging this. Like these games probably look actually great. If there was no talking, it would probably be more exciting actually.
Yeah, well, I think I
To be
said that to you.
honest.
I was like, who is this direct aimed at? Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not like I don't think a parent, the average parent nowadays, is going to sit down and watch a direct to see what game are they going to get for their kids. I don't think a kid is going to sit down and watch this based on just attention span. I mean, even most people who play video games don't sit down and watch these directs or even know they're happening. So I
no,
do kind of
no.
wonder who's the target audience for this.
Yeah, I think it's mainly content creators, gaming journalists, people who want to be ahead of the curve, make sure they get the news first, so that they can make the articles, make the videos, and therefore for Nintendo, I suppose it's just a way to get everyone else to market for them.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's the same for all of us.
Same
Yeah,
for I
yeah,
say, oh yeah, same for PlayStation, same for Xbox,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean, it's working because we're talking about
oh, 100%. I
it.
suppose for me, I think I feel that this could have been two separate directs.
Right.
And I actually think that just a Mario Direct for the Mario 40th anniversary would have been really nice. and we could just talk about that because the rest of the stuff felt a bit tacked on, and then it was like, why is this an hour long at the moment? And like most of it was games that are like to come or to come next year or whatever. It's like you could do another direct like next month
Now
if
there
you
was a
wanted
couple of
and
shadow drops
spread
which I
it out.
thought were nice.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But even like the like the Donkey Kong DLC that could be in the Mario section, you know.
Right, yeah,
And I did feel that they did this the wrong way around. Personally, I think that they should have ended with the Mario stuff, so that we're
Mm.
ending on a big celebration of like the landmark franchise for Nintendo, and in many ways for gaming. Like if you think of the most famous gaming character ever, it's Mario,
Mm.
right? Even like I haven't played very many Mario games, right? But like when I went to, and I urge everyone, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Super Nintendo World in any of the Universal parks, you can't help but be like, this is incredible. Like
Mm.
you just fall in love with it. It feels like you're inside the game. The way they have the everything looks like actual graphics, but it's in front of you is
Mm.
just insane. Like so, like you can't help but fall in love with the Mario charm. Like it's kind of the they kind of are like the Disney of the video game world, you know. And you just kind of it's for all the family. It's just fun, you know. Um, but yeah, I would have ended with the Mario stuff, and I would have left the movie reveal to last. I think that was
Yeah.
the biggest Mario announcement, personally. Obviously, if you're a gamer, you're like, no, I want to play the games. But the movie has mass appeal to everyone, you know. And like that first movie was actually really good, like better than I think
Yeah, quite
anyone was
enjoyed it.
expecting, because everyone was dunking on it. You know, they're announcing the cast and stuff. I was like, oh, this sounds stupid. But then like Illumination were the right studio in terms of the animation. It
Mm.
was a fun movie, and yeah, I think that the next one is going to be like I'll go see it.
Yeah,
It
and
looks
in
good.
fairness as well, uh, for comparison,
Mm.
the only other movie of Super Mario that's ever been made was the one in, I think it was the 90s,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
where they went to an alternate universe where dinosaurs ruled the world, and it
yeah.
was very fucking weird.
Yeah, they did live action, big mistake.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
at least the
big.
animation, like, I think I said it to you, like, as soon as the trailer started, I was like, holy shit, that animation is gorgeous.
And I said that's probably the movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like this looks too good. It can't be a game. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
There was no cheesy like commentator, so it's like it has to be a movie. They're playing. The guy's not talking here.
Do you know, like, what was the first Mario game you ever played to give Mario a bit of love? Do you
It
remember?
was on the Game Boy Advance, and it
Yes,
was oh,
Super Mario Land.
was that what it's called?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Where
that's
you,
the
you,
first.
you go to Egypt.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and
That's
there's
the
a
first one I
water.
played as well. There's a water level. You're underneath in a little submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my first introduction to Mario 2. I wasn't very good at it. I never ever finished it, but
No.
because I found it quite difficult. Um, but I did keep trying it, and it was an enjoyable one to play in like the back of a car when you're driving somewhere.
Mm.
I remember, and we all gave it a go. I think
Yes.
this was
I think
Adams. Adam. It was like the Game
it
Boy
was
was
Adams.
Adams.
Yeah. I think that yeah. So that was that. The Game Boy Advance is my introduction to Mario and Pokemon
Mm.
because we would have had. I think it was Pokemon Yellow was on that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm, yeah, it was that. Okay. So that was now I was actually probably worse at Pokemon than I was at Mario because I
Right. Yeah.
could not even leave the first village. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was
You
going
were
on.
so young, though. I mean, it is an RPG, you know, and like, yeah, you were very young.
Yeah. And
Very
I
young.
also
To be
didn't
fair.
understand why a bicycle cost 9,999 coins. But the most advanced piece of technology of capturing creatures into a tiny ball
It was
was like,
handed out for free.
yeah, I was like, what is the currency of this world? What's their inflation like?
Yeah. So, what was the highlight of the direct for you personally? When
Apart from
when it ended, that's
apart,
terrible.
apart from hearing the bombing music from Final Fantasy 7,
It's funny. It's funny what that does to you. It's amazing.
it's so good.
Play a remake, guys, if you haven't. It's really great.
Yeah, it's a pity about Rebirth. Anyway, hopefully,
Oh, he said it.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, I don't think I'm the only one.
Rebirth is great, but remake is a better overall experience, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not talking about Final Fantasy as much as Chris would love to just talk about Final Fantasy
Every
7,
time. Yeah.
every
That's
time.
just because Eric would like to talk about Skyrim. Why isn't that coming to the Switch too?
Because it's on the Switch One, man. If you want to
Yeah.
go smithing, you just get it.
I have Skyrim on the Switch.
Well, go do some smithing. It's the best thing ever.
But yeah, so go on. What was your highlight?
The highlight was probably the the new trailer to Nine was cool.
9? Oh, Ori 9, yeah.
Or E9. Sorry, I'm trying to be all hip and cool and really shorten it down because I couldn't be arsed
Yeah, yeah.
using
You're like,
more of
you
my
should
vocal
know
cords.
you should know what I mean.
Yeah, you should be with it, man.
Hmm.
And then I think seeing the new footage to the next Metroid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That actually looked kind of. I was like, that actually looks good. I think I said it to you when we were watching. I
Metroid
was like,
looks good, right?
yeah, I was like, why have I not played like a Metroid? I should probably play that. Like, I
You
should
should
play a
definitely play a
Metroid.
Metroid. I
Yeah,
think you would really enjoy them.
considering it helped to define a genre of gaming.
Yeah, I got major Halo vibes from
Yeah,
that particular trailer. But I don't mean that as a negative in any way. Yeah, look good, look fun. Um, is that out? Did Metroid 4 Prime come out? I feel like they've been talking about that for a long time. Long time, long time.
but this was Metroid Prime 4 Beyond the Veil of the. This is one of those ones with the really
No,
long
no.
title.
There's Metroid 4 Prime Beyond.
Yeah, so it was Metroid 4 Prime. Now this is Metroid 4 Prime
I think
Beyond.
Metroid 4 Prime Beyond has always been the title, no?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Metroid
Hold on,
4
we gotta
Prime.
look this up.
We're looking it up.
We're looking it up. We need to do a fact check. Fact check, everyone. Metroid Prime 4. Did it come out? Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is what came up. Is an upcoming action adventure game. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
this is Metroid Prime 4. It never came out. This is it.
Oh,
It's called Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and it's coming out. It's finally coming out. They've been talking about it for fucking years, I think.
December 4th, 2025. That's when it comes out.
So that's exciting for all the Metroid fans. I think, yeah, obviously there was the FF7 moment. Seeing a new Ori 9 trailer was cool, but it was better to watch it outside of this. This wasn't the best way to see that trailer for the first
No,
time.
but what I mean by that being exciting though was
Oh yeah, just seeing
cool.
new
There's a
stuff.
trailer.
Like, who was
Yeah.
that fucking guy at the end? He looked so
I don't
fucked
know.
up. It looked really cool. The Mario movie, I think, is really, really exciting. And um, there was like a cool horror game, the Fatal Frame 2. Look,
Today we just today we
can't
can't
speak.
talk. No.
Yeah, I thought Fatal Frame 2 looked pretty good. Obviously, there's lots of really cool like JRPG looking games that come to the
Oh
Switch.
yeah, the
Remakes,
Fire
and stuff
Emblem
like that.
actually really
Fire
really good.
Emblem. So there is like this, there's good stuff like when you start listing it out. It's just-
Maybe we
maybe it
should
was a
actually-
great direct actually.
Yeah, maybe
start
we should
playing
actually
Nintendo
just
games.
we should start doing that. Maybe we just start looking at them and going, these are actually the best.
These are actually
If we-
great games. What are you
If we
talking
actually
about?
if we just start playing those
Amazing
games.
franchise. Yeah, shut the fuck up and stop giving out, will you pussies? Just enjoy Nintendo and have fun, will you? God damn it. Yeah, but let us know, guys, what your personal highlight from the direct was. I feel like I missed something. There was something else that I think caught my eye in. Anyway, maybe it'll come back to me. Yeah, do let us know what your highlights of the direct was. And in celebration of Mario's 40th anniversary, so this is separate too, and it'll probably fall in your top 5 then anyway, but what is your personal favorite Mario game that you have ever played, or your first game of Mario that you ever played? Like, what introduced you to the world of Mario? Everyone, I feel, has at least touched on a Mario game at least once, at some point in their life. But now,
Yeah, because even at like house parties and stuff like that, there's like the racing games and everything. So
that's what I wanted to bring up with you. You just reminded me when you think about party games and stuff. Right, we need to settle something before we get into our personal top 5 Nintendo games.
yeah,
Okay, so for those who don't know, at the start of this year, myself and Eric made some predictions. And it's playing like a bingo card. And if a prediction comes true in the year, we get a green tick. And if it gets disproven, gets the X. Whoever has the most ticks at the end of the year wins. And the other person will buy them a €50 voucher in a gaming platform of their choice. Right? So, what?
Imagine we both picked. Oh, there was the Hyrule Warriors. Sorry, I'm just looking at the list of all the games.
Oh,
There was
actually,
Hyrule Warriors.
that looked great. That looked great.
Yeah, that looked
That
pretty
looked
good.
great. That looked
Yeah.
great.
And Hades 2, that looked pretty cool.
That was the other one, Hades 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that actually hasn't come out yet.
I'm
And it's coming. It's coming to Switch 2 first. So if you want to play Hades 2 before anyone else, that's the way to play it.
I'm looking at the list and I'm like, what are we talking about? There's like a lot of things because there's
It was
like
actually an amazing direct.
Dragon Quest 7 reimagined.
Reimagined. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. We don't know what we're talking about.
No, it was actually good. It was actually good. It was just the
It's the
weird,
commentators.
awkward commentators
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
take the fun out of it. But yeah, so for us personally. But okay, so at the start of the year, we had a list of predictions, right?
hmm
And this is where I was getting excited to watch this because I was like, one of us has to be right, right? So I had one that I said this year, Wind Waker will be coming to the Switch too.
So every time they showed water during this, you
I
got
was like,
excited.
is this it? Is this it? And then I see something that's clearly not it, and I go, God damn it. And one of Eric's predictions was that we will get a new 3D Mario platformer this year. That's the way it was phrased. Okay, so now we have to debate. Mario Tennis Fever.
Right.
Is it a 3D platformer? Given that, yes, in the story mode it showed platforming elements,
Mm-hmm.
does it as a game count as a 3D platformer? Maybe this is something that we should put out there as a poll online.
I'm trying to find in the. I think I scrolled past it. Right. I'm trying to find it on the list.
If it describes it that way, we will accept
Yes,
it.
I want. Yeah, I want a definitive. This is on the IGN page I'm on at the moment.
Oh, is there a
So
Nintendo one though? Nintendo would say it better, wouldn't they?
true. Do you remember the Virtual Boy? I still don't get what that is.
Oh,
Uh,
it's there used to be a Virtual Boy, I think. So it's just a nostalgic thing for people who grew up with it more so than anything else.
uh,
Mario Tennis Fever. Come on, Nintendo. Oh, I have one from Nintendo here.
okay.
What's it got to say? Sorry, my internet is being slow.
It's
But we
okay.
need the
I don't
answer.
I don't like the description that IGN gives, so I'm gonna look for Nintendo's.
Okay. Uh, this is just kind of saying what you could expect to do in the game as opposed to what it is, you know? Powerful fever shots, freeze the court. Yeah, we know all that, the things and everything. I don't know, Eric. They're not saying it. It's hard to know.
Shut up. It's fucking.
It's hard to know. What?
So
I
we put it on hold for now, or we
we're
put it
putting
on
a
the
I don't
poll?
think it's proven yet.
No.
We could do a poll and
Do a
see
poll.
if the internet is willing to. If some people would be like, absolutely not, because when I say 3D platformer, I mean an entire platformer game.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a
You know, like the
platformer,
Donkey
like-
Kong Bonanza or whatever. Whereas someone else might go, it's got enough platforming elements that I think it's a 3D platformer. I don't know. It's too hard to say.
Yeah, and it has to be obviously because like I think the new Yoshi game is a platformer, and obviously Bonanza is a bit of a platformer, but it has to be
Mario.
Super Mario, not just within the universe. So
Yes.
that is the rule. So why did I make this awkward for myself? Why not go Yoshi one count?
To be fair, you made a much more clean cut prediction than I did. Like when I was like, I'm gonna guess the exact price of the Switch 2, you know? And I went for like why was I should have just stuck with like Ori 9 will be announced this year. Instead I went for two Resident Evil games will be announced. One of them will come this year, one of them will come next year. Like I was way too like I could have had it and I didn't.
It was very funny when every time you were announcing your predictions.
Yeah. That's still a fun episode to watch, and it's you know what, people should check it out. It's good crack. Many of them haven't come true, but it's still
No, God no.
fun to see
My-
where
my
we were
one,
at
I
the
think-
start of the year.
My one was Batman 2. We were going to get a trailer for the Batman 2.
A teaser. That's all you said. A teaser. At
a
least,
teaser
yeah.
for yeah, and then it turned out that was in development hell. I was
But
like, oh,
but now it's in a good place. But they've announced that they don't start filming till next year. So I don't know if
still
they'll
could
show
get a teaser.
anything.
Hey,
Yeah,
we can
maybe,
get a teaser.
maybe.
We
Maybe
won't.
if they put someone in a costume and just do like they did with the first time with Rob
Yeah,
Pattinson
exactly.
with the red, that's enough. That's enough of a
It's
teaser.
a teaser. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
like coming 2020 whatever. Yeah. Okay. So now let's get into celebrating our personal top 5 Nintendo games, and we need to stress this, right? Like, especially me, because you've had a Switch a lot longer than I have, even, right?
Yeah, but still, again, I was looking at some of the games that I have on it and I played, and it's like you can get them on other consoles.
Oh no,
So
I know,
yeah.
but I just want to stress how little of like the big Nintendo heavy hitters I have actually played. So what I can't do, I would be a poser if I just started like listing games that I know are critically acclaimed and beloved, but that I haven't actually played. I'm
Hmm.
not going to do that. We need to be like, this is why we're the brothers take. We give our take on shit. We're authentic. We don't fucking just like follow the crowd and stuff. I cannot say like Mario Wonder or Mario Odyssey or Mario Galaxy. I haven't played any of them. So I can't put them in my top five. But you can, and please do tell us what the actual top five would be, because ours is definitely not going to be, and by God, it's not. But I still think there's some really good games here, and obviously this is all subjective. It's our personal favorites. Um, Eric, we're going to go from five down to one. Say a little bit on each one, obviously. What would be your person? Or do we want to do honorable mentions first, or save honorable mentions to just before we say number one, if you have any?
We could save to yeah, we could
Yeah.
save them. Yeah, do a
Okay.
bit of a yeah,
Yeah.
because
Do a bit
that's
of
what they use.
a bit of anticipation. What's going to be
Yeah,
in
and that's what
there?
they usually do, don't they? It's like here's the first four, and then honorable mentions, then number one.
Yep.
Anyway, so my number five, I mean, played it a lot. We all played it. You go to friends' houses, you play this game. Um, I mean, it's gotta be the Mario Kart. Yes, Mario Kart 8.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because like I think you do go to friends' houses, you might play. I remember I brought that on holidays one time during COVID, so we couldn't go like abroad. But what a couple of me and lads went off, and I brought it with us. And we had good crack there. We've had good crack at your house, I think, playing it. Used to had good crack. We used to plug it up to a projector in college, so it'd be on the big
Amazing.
fucking screen, and we play it that way. So
Amazing.
that was my introduction even to the Switch. Was playing it that way. So that's a pretty like because I would have played the other one on the Wii. You know, you play that at friends, but this one's kind of superior. It looks nicer. It's better. So that one would be number five on my list.
Okay, okay. Well, in a similar vein, in terms of playing as sort of a party game, my number five is Wii Sports.
Interesting, interesting,
Because
interesting.
so the Wii console was one that we did have,
Yeah.
and the Wii Sports was just the kind of game that I've never played another game that you like. It was just every other game was you use the controller or whatever,
Mm,
right? This was so innovative to me in terms of using your body to play the game. It worked
mm,
really well with the remote. I have played the Switch Sports too, and it is fun, but it doesn't feel as satisfying as using the Wii remote actually for the tennis and for the golf and for the bowling. It was better built, I think, for
mm.
it. And it was also a game that our whole family played. Like our
Yeah.
mom and dad played Wii Sports with us, and they're not into video games. So,
No.
in terms of being, when I think of like Nintendo as like the family console, and it really is those kind of party style games, is where you get everyone in a room and they're playing a video game in a very different. It's not the solitary experience of this is the story driven game that I need to. Please don't interrupt me because I'm immersed in it and I want to see everything. This is what I meant by like how do you finish a game like this? You don't. You just play it and you keep playing it, you know? Um, and yeah, we just had so much fun, I think, playing the Wii Sports and even playing at friends' houses. It's just a good time, good party. So it's my number five.
It's funny that you say that
Hey, hey, hey!
because for all those reasons,
Yeah, yeah,
it's my number four.
yeah. Way! Yeah, our mom really got into it.
Oh, she loves it, and the Wii Fit as well. She loves that too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that there's something in that Nintendo was able to go outside of just the kind of gaming community, and it was able to reach people who, and like they'd have no interest in any other games actually, just
No, no.
because it just like that experience, blending the physical activity with the screen in a very immersive way. Like it was very, very impressive.
Hmm.
Well, then my number four was also a Wii game. Okay. And this is what I mean by, guys, that if you were like, absolutely does not belong on any top five Nintendo list, it goes to show how few of like the heavy hitters I've played, but also just how subjective this list actually is, okay? I really enjoyed this game. So when I was younger, I loved light gun shooters. Loved them, right? I loved Time Crisis, and I loved
What do you say?
going to
That's
the
it.
arcades and playing, House of the Evil Dead and all this kind of stuff. I also loved Resident Evil,
Right.
and I couldn't. What? What are you doing? What are you
Are
doing?
you, are you, are you, are you, say the title. Say the title, Chris. Don't be building up to it. Say the
Okay, well, I
title.
was gonna say Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles.
It's on the PlayStation 3. That's what I checked before we
Shut the
start.
fuck
Yeah,
up.
I'm sorry, because that was also going to be on my list. That was going to be on my list. And then I
Yeah,
checked before we
what?
started. That's apparently on the PS3.
It's not a Nintendo exclusive.
No, no, apparently not.
Oh, what? Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
freaking. I got. Wait, I'll double check. I'll double check.
No, no, I'm raging now. I'm raging. I'm raging.
Platforms, PlayStation 3 and the Wii. Yeah, it was on both of them.
Okay. Okay, well, okay, that's a shame then because I really enjoyed it as a light gun
Oh,
shooter.
it's
And
it's fantastic.
it was also a doorway for me into certainly at that point experiencing some of the earlier Resident Evil stories that I was maybe too scared to actually play
Mm,
because I wasn't great for horror games when I was younger. So at least it was getting like a taste of what Ori 1 was or Ori 0 and Ori 3 um, and like the origins of the whole Umbrella and Resident Evil and all that stuff. So that's a real shame that that can't actually be officially on the list. So therefore, I'll have to throw up what was in the honorable mentions list and give it into the top five space. So I'm going to say, yeah, Super Mario Land on the Game Boy Advance, the first ever Mario game I ever played, and the Game Boy game that I would have put the most time into.
mm.
My first time really experiencing a platformer. I never finished it, which is why I was going to put it in honorable mentions because I felt that you can't really, but I have very fond memories of it as one of my earliest gaming memories. So I'm going to give Super Mario Land a space in my top five.
I'm sorry about that now, Chris. But
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
because I was gonna put it on. Then I went, wait, I better double check this, like,
I can't
because
believe that.
obviously, yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
an exclusive. I'm
Because I would
so
have put on even like Hades. So Hades is not Nintendo Switch exclusive. I was like, oh, maybe Octopath Traveler. No, wait, you can get that on other consoles. So, yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe we should have made it that if it launched on Nintendo. Although if you
Maybe.
do that, then the top of our lists would be Resident Evil 4. So but then I don't think of Resident Evil 4 as a Nintendo game really anymore, even
But it
though
would
it
have launched
launched
on
on GameCube.
it launched on the GameCube first.
But I don't
Anyway,
think of it that way. I think of it as just that's more of like a top games of all time list as opposed to a top Nintendo games, you know?
you know what
But yeah.
that game is missing?
What?
Smithing.
Yes, it is. Although, well, you have crafting though in the remake. But I
That's true.
suppose most people would probably say, well, like, you've actually made the right choice though. Super Mario Land should be in there instead of Umbrella Chronicles.
True, true,
So
true,
yeah,
true.
okay. So there you go. Okay, what's your number four? Wait? We had your number four. What's your number three?
My number three. This is where we start to get into the land of like, okay, this is clearly all Eric ever plays on Nintendo consoles.
Okay,
My
amazing,
number three is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess
amazing. Yeah,
because I think that was the first one I was able to properly play.
yeah,
Because I think I did play a bit of Wind Waker, but every time I got into the ship, I was always just like, I don't know what to do, didn't know where to go. I'd find this one random castle out in the middle of the water, didn't know what to do with it, so I never really got into it.
hmm
But Twilight Princess, I think I was getting close to, I think I was on like the last dungeon or something with Twilight Princess. I was very close to getting to the end. I I got into that one. Now it's quite challenging. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah.
in fairness, people talk about how the Soulsborne games are difficult. It's like, I don't know, they're kind of just like darker versions of Legend of Zelda.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
those games are tough. Like, you go into a dungeon, you have to get the particular item that will help you beat the particular boss, and that's usually how most of those games work. But that one I just is definitely my first proper entry into Legend of Zelda and growing up with it. And then that's where you had like the Wii and you were able to swing the sword and everything like that. And yeah, yeah.
It worked
So
really well that way. The artwork for that was amazing too, like the darker vibe,
yeah, yeah.
and the turning into the wolf and stuff. Like that was so fucking cool.
Yes,
They should bring that to the Switch. Like really, like what are they doing?
just port all the Legend of Zelda over. Just do it.
Just do it, right? Like which like, and for a similar reason, I suppose. Like and sometimes a game, it might not be considered the best in the series, but because it's your entry level, it has a special place for you, right?
Mm.
So my number three is Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
Ah.
Both of those should come to the fucking Switch for you. Come on, I would buy them both immediately. So for a while we had a GameCube in the house. I think Adam borrowed it from his friend Tom.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, yeah.
But then, of course, later on, I think you could play GameCube games on the Wii anyway, and you could
Mm.
connect the GameCube controllers to it. So that was another way to play GameCube games. But yeah, so the Wind Waker again, I never actually finished it. Was quite young playing it, but it was my first time ever just putting on a Legend of Zelda game. You know, I'd heard of it, but I knew really nothing about Legend of Zelda. You know, I would have been one of those people when I was young who would have actually even been confused as to wait, who's Link? You know, I thought this was the Legend of Zelda. I would have been one of those people. To be fair, like originally, obviously now I know a lot more about Zelda and the Triforce and Ganondorf and all this stuff. Hyrule, you know, like I've been playing enough
Buzzwords.
buzzwords enough to say, have I got street cred now? But yeah, so Wind Waker was the first ever Legend of Zelda game I played, and I was really like endeared into it because like it had a really good art style. It just felt like an adventure. The whole thing of like the sister getting kidnapped and wanting to go save your sister was a good hook, I thought.
Mm.
It was enough to be like, okay, yeah, I want to go save my sister. That's like enough of a draw to take me on a weird adventure, end up meeting all these pirates and off to the seas, you know. And this is why every time I see a Nintendo Direct, I'm just like, please be Wind Waker, please be Wind Waker, because if Wind Waker gets announced for the Switch, I'll get it. You know what I mean? Now, if it gets announced exclusively for the Switch 2, I'll get mad. That's what will happen because I don't have Switch 2, and I don't know that I would buy the Switch 2 just for Wind Waker. At that point, I think I would just go buy a GameCube
Mm.
instead, and then buy the old Wind Waker out of pure spite. But I'd love if they ported both Wind Waker and Twilight Princess to the Switch, and I would
'Cause
play both those games. And I kind of like that at our three spot is for both of us the first Zelda game we ever played.
Well, Wind Waker was the first one I played, but but Twilight Prince was the first one that I was able to
Like
get
really
into,
got
I
into.
suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose as well, if they did port Wind Waker over, I'd be able to get it this time, and I'd actually like maybe be able to figure out what I'm supposed to do. And if I still can't, I've got the internet.
What do you mean? Like just to watch people's playthroughs?
No, to tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do. Because I get
Oh,
into that ship and I don't know what that's my problem. Is like I'm in the ship and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Where am I supposed to go?
you've played enough games now though that yeah, you would be able to. You would be able to
Yeah.
get it. No problem at all. No problem at all.
You
Uh,
say that, I bet you anything we get that game. We're like, I have no clue. Don't know what the fuck's going on. This is so hard.
so we're down to number two each then
Number two.
in our personal top five.
So this is again where people are like, wow, okay.
We could tell what he likes on this on the Nintendo side of things.
Number two,
Yeah,
because I haven't completed it yet.
yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom. Legend of Zelda, Tears
Hey!
of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be like shocked to hear that in someone's top five, given that it was a content like it was between that and Elden Ring, wasn't it, for Game of the Year? No, it was between that and what was that up against? Because Elden Ring was up against Ragnarok, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because that's why we were all upset. We were butthurt.
We were butthurt. I was
We were
butthurt.
butthurt because we were like Sony stands and we wanted God of War Ragnarok to win. But yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was up against something where it was like, oh, it's definitely that. Oh, it was Tears of the Kingdom or Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah.
That was the Game of the Year argument that year. Yeah.
Yeah.
This year it'll be something else. But yeah, okay.
It's Claire Obscure and something else. Yeah. Probably
Knight.
that. Ooh, you thinking Hollow Knight? Between Hollow Knight and Claire Obscure. I don't think Ghost of Yotei is going to get on that list.
At all?
I don't know.
I think it could. I think it could.
If we
Yeah,
got
it's there's a few. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. Like there's a
Yeah, because
few
if Bonanza
heavy
gets on the
hitters,
list,
and
Silsong gets on the list, Claire Obscure gets on the list, we have now only two or three more entries, and it totally depends on what.
yeah, I know. And then they really like Kojima there, don't they?
They love Kojima there, so Death Stranding 2
Yeah,
is going on that list, and then they might put on Split Fiction there,
yeah, I hear you.
and then it's going to be between Kingdom
Go,
Come Deliverance 2 or Ghost of Yotei.
yeah,
And
well, we'll see. We'll see very soon, I suppose. It won't take long before those reviews start coming in, and then we'll be
that's
like,
true.
okay, well, come on, like people are either loving it, or if it's like, yeah, it's kind of more the same. It's good though, but it's more the same. Then it won't get on.
Yeah,
No.
but that's what. Yeah, I suppose it's a matter of personal opinion, but that's how I feel about Death Stranding 2. So yeah, well, Tears of the Kingdom anyway is number two because it's more of
More the same.
more of the same, which is
Just
great.
as what we were saying.
More of the same. It's awesome. And yeah, I really like Legend of Zelda. I want to get more into it, and the gameplay is good. The melding, making new weapons,
Mm,
it's kind of fun and funny. So you have like a tree branch, and then you see a rock, and you're like, boom, it's a club. It's a stone club, and I'm gonna whack people with it. Uh, I'm not very good at making crafting stuff, I will admit. No, I don't have the ingenuity that some other people have, but
yeah,
it's
some
still
some of the stuff I saw other people do is just absolutely incredible.
yeah, it kind of puts Starfield's shipbuilding to shame.
Really.
Well, my problem with Starfield was like you could build whatever ship you want, but then you start to do it, and then it'll just start to tell you there's issues with it. They have to fix the issues, and you're like, oh,
Y-
so I can't. I'm really limited then.
Yeah, yeah. So you can do whatever you want, but not that.
Yeah, so it's like okay, I'll just keep the ship the same.
Hmm.
I'm not seeing the point in why I'm upgrading this. Anyway, but Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you're not restricted. The only thing you're restricted by, I think, is like batteries and access to new items. So
Yeah.
you unlock new items as you go, and then you can use that stuff. But yeah, that was very good for even like puzzle solving and everything like that. I think I'm about halfway through the game. I think I have two of the dungeons done. So
I
I've
think Nintendo are very. That's one of their strengths, though, as well, is like innovative gameplay. You
mm,
know, uh, so and I think that's what a lot of like the gamers who love Nintendo. I think that's what they really love. Um, it might not be the like story-driven Oscar drama blockbuster thing, but it's probably like the most innovative
mm,
gameplay because it's like, oh, did you know you could make this? Holy shit, no, I didn't. How did you do that? And it creates those kind of conversations online, but also it creates a unique experience where it's like, I came up with this
mm.
because it just gave me the tools that allowed me to come up with this, or this is how I solved this puzzle, but it wasn't the only way to solve the puzzle. Whereas in other games, you have a side character telling you maybe you should try this and telling you how to solve the puzzle. So
Yeah.
they like I will say that about Nintendo games is they let you play. They just
Yes,
let you play the game.
yeah, you're very much in the gameplay very quickly, and I have seen people like because there's like little mini dungeons as well that you go to, little shrines, and some of the innovations they came up with
Hmm.
was just like, man, I need to start thinking outside the box. I do exactly what it looks like I'm supposed to do. Why do I ever think about
Yeah.
actually do it? Because I think I had someone like there was a maze. They were supposed to guide the ball through the maze, but then they just turned the maze upside down, put the ball onto the oak, and then thump, and just catapulted the ball to where it's supposed to go, and that's how they solved it. And I was like, I would have spent ages just doing that maze. That's my number two anyway. Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. So my number two is a game that I've played on Switch, and I actually haven't dived into either of the big Zelda games actually, and like I said before, haven't dived into the big Mario platformers. So like again, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with your list?" Like, but one game that Eric has already mentioned that for me is my number two is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Wow. Okay.
It's fucking amazing. It's my favorite racing game. It's my favorite kart racer of any of those styles. When I was younger, I loved like Crash Team Racing. Would have
Mm,
been the first kart racer I ever played. So I got major like nostalgic flashbacks to playing games like that in terms of collecting the things and hitting each other. And I know obviously Mario Kart was the OG, right? I'm not in any way
mm,
saying that this is like copying off Crash. I know that, but Yeah, me and Ash have poured hours into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and then we decided to spend money to buy extra maps and tracks and courses because that's how much we enjoyed it. It just became just fun. Throw it on like before going to bed. Maybe there's an hour before bed, and we go, "Should we throw on Mario Kart and just race each other?" We both really get into it and have fun with it. Um, we have favorite characters that we pick. We try out the different types and wheels and stuff. And it's just really fun to have a game like that that the two of us can play together.
Mm.
Um, and we don't have to think about it either. It's just a throw on, have fun kind of game. And we always play for longer than we said we would. Like we always go, sure, we'll just do two races and we like, as in two rounds of the three races
Yeah.
and then go to bed. And then we always go, I go on one more. Which is a really good sign, I think. You know, like obviously
Yeah.
it's bad the next morning, you're exhausted and you're like, I should have just gone to bed like instead of playing Mario Kart. But the fact that we want to keep playing just shows how fun that game is, and it looks great. Like
Mm.
on Switch, um, I think the animation style and the graphics and stuff look amazing. It makes sense to me that like the Switch 2 launch game was the next Mario Kart, and it was Mario Kart World because it's like, yeah, you want to get everyone together and play a Mario Kart game, and like in my top five now, obviously. Super Mario Land got in there because we had to fucking throw Umbrella Chronicles out the window. So now there's a Mario platformer in there. But Mario, although he's known for platforming, sometimes some of his other games can be even more fun than that. And I just think Mario Kart is just incredibly fun, great co-op game. I think it made it into my top five co-op games earlier this year as well,
I think it did.
purely for the fun that I've had with Ash playing it. Um, that's memories you can't, you know what I mean? That creates memories, man. Much like the whole Wii Sports thing, you know, it goes beyond just playing the game. It's just so fun. Love it. So that
Very good.
takes us to, well, before our number one, Eric, have you got any honorable mentions?
I do indeed. I have the Mario Kart Wii, which
Oh,
obviously
yeah,
would
yeah,
have
okay.
been my first experience of doing Mario Kart, and so we would have played that while I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch in college. One of the lads had that, so he would have brought it in. So it's only whenever he brought it in. But in the apartment when I was staying, we had the Wii. So we also every night, the four of us then living in the house would have been playing Mario Kart Wii, and so that was really fun. And then we would have played like I remember playing that at like house parties and stuff like that. It was always quite a good fun game to play.
Mm,
The deluxe is obviously better. That's why it made it onto my list.
hmm
But it was a nice. It was a nice. I remember having fond memories and fun games playing that. And then another one is Super Smash Bros.
hmm
Because I just again I played that a lot and it's very fun. I just like I think as well we played that on the Wii in college and just like the panic moments. You're like no, and you're trying to like
Yeah.
get back on the screen and then you get kicked over. Yeah, and everything about it and like all different characters like playing a snake shooting a rocket launcher at Link is Kirby going around just sucking
Amazing.
everything. Yeah.
Super
So
fun.
those are my two honorable mentions
Mm,
for games.
yeah.
They didn't quite make it on the list because there are others I preferred, but those are close.
Well, my honorable mentions, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate actually
Mm.
is one of them. I've been playing that on the Switch. Um, haven't like nearly done enough of like the campaign or stuff to like maybe if I really finished it, it would take the place of one of these other games. But just seeing all these different characters, not just the Nintendo ones, but then the ones that they made deals with outside of Nintendo coming in, to have all these and like unlocking the characters, you don't know who you're going to
Mm.
get, and then suddenly unlock it in like Ryu from Street Fighter, and you know that you could get Sephiroth in here somewhere, and you're just like, this is insane. Like having all these characters come together in an ultimate fighting game.
Mm.
I wish that there was a way, like if they ever do a new one, I hope it just becomes a all of gaming. Obviously Mario's still front and center as like basically the mascot of video games,
Hmm.
but yeah, like bringing in fucking the Doom Slayer from Xbox side of things, and bringing in fucking maybe Jin Sakai from fucking PlayStation, like just all of gaming. No, Kratos actually would be the one to bring in. Imagine him in fucking Smash Bros. Would be amazing. But obviously a much larger Nintendo roster because it is the Nintendo franchise first and foremost.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's an honorable mention for sure. Mario Sunshine was actually the first 3D Mario platformer I ever played on the GameCube. Played very little of it, like literally only played 2 to 3 hours, giving it a go, kind of just decided to throw it on, see what this was.
Mm.
And I certainly enjoyed what I played of it, but I definitely have not put nearly enough time into it to say, oh, it's one of my top 5 Mario games ever.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess would get an honorable mention. Again,
Yeah.
never played enough of it to take a spot, but loved the art style of it. And it's one that I would play if it was now available to me on a console that I have. I would definitely play Twilight Princess. And Pokemon Yellow would be the other honorable mention for me. The first Pokemon game I ever gave a go to. Again, never got far into it. Was very young at the time. Wasn't playing a lot of games at that age on the Game Boy. But as an accompaniment to the collector cards and the cartoon, it was certainly and the movie. Like, it was a time where I went through a Pokemon phase. I'm not a big Pokemon guy now, but I do have a little childhood nostalgia for Pokemon for that period. So Pokemon Yellow has to get a shout out as like the Pokemon game that I most think of when people talk about Pokemon games.
Fair.
But now it's time for number 1, Eric.
Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I think this would make a lot of people's top 5, right?
I assume so, but
I think your list is probably more decent than mine.
It's the only Legend of Zelda I'm pretty sure I've cleared.
Amazing.
So that was one where I was playing it. I was loving it. I was playing it. I kind of got stuck because, again, like classic Legend of Zelda, sometimes it requires you have to think outside the box or try to pay attention to things. Doesn't really spoon feed the information. But once you kind of like really get into it and stuff, and you just start playing it, it's great. Like, the dungeons are very like dealing with the big robot monster things, the guardians, and you get in them, and then you have to try like sort them out. Then you have to fight the corruption at the end and stuff. These like an innovation on the classic dungeons you would have had to done, and then it's the first big grand open world where it's just this massive playground. It was very very good. I haven't actually like 100%. There's a lot of like side quests and collectibles and stuff to get, but I did. But it is the first one I cleared, and like the fact that they give you the option, you can go fight Ganon now at the start of the game. Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Or you can go do everything else and be powerful.
Be ready for it.
Yeah, be ready for it. So that's what I did. I don't think I ever got the Master Sword.
Oh man, you gotta get the Master Sword. Come on.
Maybe I did. No, I did. I lie. I did. I did get the Master Sword. Yeah. Yeah. I never got the hero's shield, I don't think, but I don't really think they have the hero. No, I never got the hero's outfit. I got the Master Sword, but I never got the hero's outfit in
So is that the green tunic?
That's the green tunic, the green hat, and everything. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
That is the game.
As someone who hasn't jumped into Breath of the Wild for reasons of, I got the Switch last year, so I didn't have it beforehand, so I obviously couldn't get it before. And then at that point, I was playing so many other games that jumping into something as big as Breath of the Wild felt like a daunting thing, where I just still haven't gone to it. And then there's Tears of the Kingdom now as well. I'm like, I just feel like I've maybe missed the boat a little bit, but like, should I still, at some point when things quieten down and I've no other new game to play, which, you know, there's so many games that keep coming. Like, should I play Breath of the Wild? Should I?
Yeah.
Get it? And
I think it's a game where you could play that and like, let's say, even just for a couple of hours, and then you know, like, cause
dip in and out of it.
Dip in and out of it because it's such a big, grand, open world playground, and I think like even with Tears of the Kingdom, some of the fun comes from just the exploring aspect of it. You know, it's not quite a big, grandiose, story-driven thing. There is a story. The story is relatively simple, especially for Breath of the Wild. But you know, so it is like, so I think you can easily just dip in and out of, because I don't think the mechanics are that awkward, and the story is gonna be pretty simple. Like, especially for Breath of the Wild, it's go cleanse the 4 guardians in the 4 corners of the map of their corruption, and then by the end of it, go deal with Ganon. That's the story.
Man, Kena Bridge of Spirits is just a Zelda game, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. That's great.
Which is great. It's great.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, well then,
what's
that takes me to my number 1, which was an exclusive to the Nintendo GameCube, and it is Metal Gear Solid. Twin Snakes,
You
which
cheeky
was
bastard.
which
Oh.
which was the remake of Metal Gear Solid, and it is
Oh.
only on the GameCube.
No,
You
no,
cannot get it anywhere else. I would love to get it somewhere else. If they ever
no.
announce Volume 2 of the Master Collection, they should put it. Would you like to add it to your list, Eric?
Honorable mentions, honorable mentions. Oh, you cheeky
Uh,
bastard. Oh.
so, again, I think that makes it very clear that I haven't dived deep into the big Zelda franchise, the Mario franchise. I've never played a Metroid game. So, those big, like, tentpole franchises of Nintendo aren't top of my list. What is top of my list is a remake of one of my favorite games of all time and one of what I think is the greatest games of all time, which is Metal Gear Solid. Now, does Twin we've talked before about how we would like another remake of Metal Gear Solid, right? In the same way as we would like another remake of Resident Evil 1. Like not to replace the remake that exists, but to be another telling
Yeah.
and take on it. Twin Snakes, is it the perfect way to play Metal Gear Solid? No, it is a different experience. There are some things where it doesn't play as well because it actually makes the game too easy in some of the boss fights, the new perspective. However, to be able to have the same kind of fun that you can have in the tanker, but now in Shadow Moses, of tranquilizing the guards and putting them into lockers and just turning Shadow Moses into a playground is like, this is a dream come true. Like to revisit one of the most iconic locations in video games. The fact that all the actors came back to re-record their dialogue, so it's still the same amazing script and storyline. There's some batshit crazy cutscenes that are just like, this is wild. But it's still so fun to play. The new score to it is fucking amazing. And just to see these characters, obviously, if it was done today, they would look even better. But to see these characters, they do certainly look better than the PS1 version. The graphics are better. I'm not saying the game is better. They're two different experiences that I think you should experience both if you're a Metal Gear fan. But to say that Twin Snakes is one of the better Metal Gear Solid games you can play. Like, I would prefer to play it than MGS4, for example. And I love MGS4. But Twin Snakes is a more fun game to play to me. And you will be playing more in Twin Snakes. But it's still got all the classic, Metal Gear, like the two columns for your items and your weapons and all that kind of stuff. A gameplay system that I kind of miss. It's still a Metroidvania, and the fact that it was exclusive to the GameCube made it this sort of rare gem that you're like, I want this in other places, but it's stuck here and there's nowhere else to get it. And Twin Snakes, what a cool fucking title. But yeah, just
and it's nearly impossible to get.
it is a fortune to get now. Like, if you even did decide, so if they'd ever do a port, right? Which I'm sure there's all sorts of legal reasons they can't, or I don't know what the complications are there. But yeah, if you decided, fuck it, I'm going to buy a GameCube or I'm going to buy a Wii and I'm going to get the controller and then I'm going to get a copy of that game. Fucking good luck finding it. And then, fork it out, man. That is expensive because of just how exclusive it is. Like, it is not available anywhere else. And for that reason,
it's quite rare. Yeah,
it makes it my favorite Nintendo game because it was the only place I could play it. A remake of one of my favorite games ever. My number 2 game of all time.
you bastard.
Hey, it's a Nintendo exclusive.
You big cheeky bastard.
I fucking love it. And if you've never ever checked it out, do check it out. A lot of people dunk on it actually nowadays. A lot of people talk about it as the bad remake of MGS1. And I'm like, it's a really good game. It's not maybe the definitive remake because it does change how that game plays. Like the Revolver Ocelot fight now plays completely differently to how it did originally and all that kind of stuff. Obviously the Mantis thing is different. The PlayStation identity is taken away from it because it's a GameCube game. It's not a PlayStation game. But it still plays incredibly well and it's a great game in its own right. And I absolutely fucking love it. And it's actually how we played when me and Danny brought Lee through the Metal Gear Solid games. We actually played Twin Snakes and then moved on from there.
Oh, okay.
Which was really, really interesting. Because the story was the same, but we just knew that the gameplay, we knew he was going to dig that gameplay generally a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's not a big jump then between that and MGS2. Once you get MGS2,
Yeah,
it's really similar then. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, so those are our favorite Nintendo exclusive games. Clearly, I need to play more. I think Eric, I think your list was pretty solid. Actually, I think it was pretty good. Um, but maybe there's a lot more games out there that you guys are like, okay, these are must plays, and you must play them. So if you want to recommend us some games in the Nintendo catalog, please do share it in the comments. Please do share your personal top five. And again, it's not about sharing what you think everyone else would say. Maybe yours is what everyone else would say, but what is your personal top five, the ones that mean the most to you, the ones that give you the best memories? Do let us know. If you're watching YouTube, jump down in the comments to share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this episode, please do give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell for future content. And to those who listen to us on audio platforms, you can touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X at The Brothers Take, again, to give your take on your favorite Nintendo games of all time. And please do share some love for what is your favorite memory or favorite game in the Mario universe for the 40th anniversary of the Super Mario games. Thank you so much for checking out this week's episode. We will be back to talk to you guys next time. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.